Have you ever imagined how much easier life would be if we didn't have to wear clothes? We would not have to spend money on so many different types of clothing. We could run around freely and not need to waste our time picking an outfit out for the day. Unfortunately, society has deemed that unacceptable, and you can get in a lot of trouble for not wearing clothes. Luckily, I work in the retail industry, so I've learned a few tricks on how to get the most bang for your buck. I also have become experienced in never paying full price for clothing. I am a college student, so I can't spend all of my money on clothes, unfortunately, because I do have bills to pay, like rent and food, so that I can eat and live. I have researched and found many different options and processes to save those extra bucks. Hopefully, this will make shopping for clothes a little more enjoyable and less stressful. Shopping for clothes can be the biggest headache. I totally get it. Going to one store and never finding anything, or it's too expensive. And while it can be fun to dress up in clothes, they have become increasingly more expensive. That is why I will try my hardest to get you a stunning wardrobe for a low cost, because having a nice assortment of clothes is super fun and you can dress up in so many different combinations and it won't cost you your entire paycheck. 1. Thrifting clothes. Thrifting clothes is a really good way to find vintage clothing and unique pieces for your closet for a much more reasonable price than buying new clothes. You have the opportunity to find designer pieces for a fraction of the cost. Unfortunately, sometimes if you go to like the Goodwill outlet, you will have to dig through tons of gross clothes that just are kind of disgusting to find the one hidden gem, but it's definitely worth it to get that old vintage Tommy Hilfiger jacket, if that's what you like. Shopping at thrift stores also helps keep clothes out of landfills, and they won't end up sitting in the ground for hundreds of years, wasting away in the dirt when you could totally be rocking those clothes. On average, a person will throw away about 70 pounds of clothing a year, and that ends up in landfills where it could actually be in thrift stores, allowing other people to wear and appreciate them. It also helps preserve water and lowers your carbon footprint, because everything that you buy, it takes water to make. So altogether, thrifting is a really cool way to find cool pieces and help the environment in any way that you can. 2. Shopping the clearance rack. This is a huge help because you find great pieces for a much reduced price than the full price that you usually see. Always set a budget for yourself, because you'll be more motivated to shop the better sales and better clearance so you can get the most for your money. That way you become more savvy and able to get clothes that don't cost an arm and a leg, and you can get more clothes because they're cheaper. Remember to always head straight for the clearance rack. Don't meander through the store. That will just waste time and you'll fall in love with pieces that aren't on sale. Just like when I go shopping at a place like Hollister, I go straight to the back where I know the clearance is, and I don't waste time in the front because I will find pieces that I like. Don't be afraid to ask if something is on clearance if you're unsure. Some things do get misplaced, and there's nothing worse than finding something that you love but it not actually being on clearance. And it's kind of heartbreaking to get up to the register and realize you can't get the piece because it's a lot more than you thought. Remember, you can shop the clearance online. Shopping online clearance helps you find great prices for items that you can't find in store or find your size online. 3. Learning the patterns of retail. In our store, we do most of our markdowns on Sundays or Mondays, and in most retail stores, there are specific days that they do markdowns, and if you pay attention and visit those stores often enough, it does become easier to see which days those markdowns happen, and you can be the first one there and make sure that you get the piece you want and the size you want and your size is available. When you do visit a store often enough, you see the clearance and you go and see it every time, and if there's new items in clearance that you haven't seen before, that is a sign that things have gone on clearance in between the days that you just visited. So you can kind of start to narrow down which days markdowns usually happen on. As an example, Target is a pretty easy place to learn their patterns, such as their first markdowns are usually 30% off, second markdowns are around 50% off, and the last ones are around 70% off. So if you see an item that is still out of your price range, just wait it out. Usually it will go on clearance. Just wait to see if it drops. One last thing, if you see an item you love and it's not on sale, just wait. Usually items hit the clearance rack after a certain amount of days in the store, especially if they are seasonal items like Christmas. If you go right after Christmas, most of those items will be hitting clearance real soon. It also allows you time to see if you really want that item or if you actually even need it. So you can save money by waiting for it to hit clearance or deciding you don't actually need it because you already have 15 black shirts at home in your closet. Lastly, at any store, join the free rewards program. I understand the not wanting thousands of emails you'll get, so just make a separate email specifically for those reward accounts because you save money. Even if it's not enough, you are saving money. So remember, shop secondhand. You can buy pre-loved clothes that are still great quality for a much reduced price. Waiting to see if something goes clearance gives you time to decide if you like it, and if it does go clearance, then you can get it at a reduced cost. You can also save money by only shopping the clearance section. And learning the patterns of retail can let you get the items you want as soon as they go on sale or clearance. And you know which items get marked down certain days. Huge advantage. And always join the rewards program, even if you don't shop there often. What's better than getting a surprise of a discount with the points that you earn? And it usually only takes a couple of minutes. And most of the time, they're free. And you can save money in the end. All in all, save money and get amazing clothes. And love yourself in those clothes. And feel confident as you walk down the street in your clothes that you did not spend a lot of money on. That's the lesson of the day.